So John Jones versus Stipe Miocic is finally going to go down this weekend. People have been waiting for this fight. No, they haven't. Nobody cares about this fight. This card's pretty trash, but I'm going to break down the card because this is the life I've signed up for. Starting off the card, we have Veronica Hardy versus Eduarda Mora. Starting off, I'm going to go with Veronica Hardy because Veronica Hardy's actually looking pretty good, and I don't just mean physically. She's winning a lot of fights. She's looking very improved as a fighter. And she's younger as well. She's making more improvements. So I'm going to go Veronica Hardy to get this one done. Then moving on up, we have Oban Elliott versus Basil Hafez. This is a tough fight to predict, because I can see the argument for either of these guys. Now, Oban Elliott, he did beat Preston Parsons in his last fight. Well, Parsons is like a sort of a, like a bad guy. But Val Woodburn as well is like horrible. That Burrito guy almost knocked him out. He doesn't have a greatest chin either. He's been chinned a couple times. But at the same time, Basil Hafez just seems to be off the sauce, because he did not look like the same guy against Mickey Gall. He looked smaller, didn't look as big, didn't look as bulky. Because against Jack Della Maddalena, this guy looked massive. He looked huge. It was a split decision. It shouldn't have been a split decision. Jack Della Maddalena beat the shit out of him. I'll never understand how they could give that a split just because he laid on top of Jack. Like, Jack really did just beat him up badly. It's also worth noting all of his losses are technically split decisions, even though he, clearly lost the JDM. Mickey Gall dropped him a couple times, so maybe his chin's gone after that JDM fight. But Oban Elliott had good takedown defense against Preston Parsons. That's one thing you can say about Oban Elliott. Good takedown defense, but striking defense not the greatest. Basil Hafez got some power in his shots. Very good chin. Oh, this is a tough one. I would imagine the majority of people here are going to go with Oban Elliott. This doesn't really sway my opinion. I'm going to go Oban Elliott. I think he's younger as well. Basil Hafez is a bit of an older guy, 32, 26. Same reach, inch difference in height. I'll go Oban Elliott just because he looked a lot better in his last fight than Basil Hafez. That's Basil Hafez while getting drug tested. So, yeah, speaking of which, Mickey Gall versus Ramez Brahimaj. I didn't even know Mickey Gall was on this card. What the hell? Oh, this is a tough fight, because Mickey Gall looked really good against Basil Hafez. And Brahimaj has never looked that great. He beat Michael Gilmore, but Michael Gilmore is the worst guy on the roster. He beat Sasha Platnikov, but Platnikov was not a good fighter and definitely a horrible grappler. Got beaten to a pulp by Max Griffin, got his ear taken off. Oh, this is a hard one. I know Mickey Gall's 7-6, but he makes weird improvements in all of his fights. Lost to Morono, that was a pretty bad fight, but he was looking decent. Against Mike Malotto, he was looking pretty good. I know he got knocked out, but he was landing a lot of shots. Looked really good against Jordan Williams. I think I'm going to take Mickey Gall in this fight. It's near evens. I understand it. I think Mickey Gall's got a really good shot here. He's bigger. They've both not got the greatest gas tanks. I think Mickey Gall's the better striker. I think he's a very good grappler. I'm going to go Mickey Gall here. You know what? I know he's 7-6. That's an awful record, but that's 6-6 because his whole career has been in the UFC, except for his Dana White looking for a fight. I'm going to go Mickey Gall. I really am. I'm going to go him against Ramez Brahimaj. This guy got battered by Court McGee. But he didn't lose to the worst guys. But I'm going to go Mickey Gall. I'm standing on my guns. I'm going to go Mickey Gall to get this one done over Ramez Brahimaj. Because, all the guys that Brahimaj has beat, Mickey Gall would beat. Like, he would absolutely beat Sasha Plachnikov. He would absolutely destroy Michael Gilmore like he did CM Punk. So yeah, I'm going to take Mickey Gall here. Then moving on up, we have Marcin Tybura versus Johanta Dinez. Who's the favourite? Do they not even have betting odds for this fight? They don't even have betting odds. Everyone's going with Dinez. I don't understand that. I think Marcin Tybura is going to win this fight all day. I really like Dinez. I really liked him against Derek Lewis. This, though, is a horrible fight for him. Like, I can't think of a worse matchup besides, like, a Curtis Blades or, like, a Tom Aspinall for Dinez. Marcin Tybura can wrestle his ass off. Johanta Dinez was held down by Austin Lane for, like, a whole round. He had no get-up game. And the only reason he beat Carl Williams is because the UFC told Carl Williams, we want you to fight more entertaining. If you shoot a takedown, you're getting cut. And he lost, and they cut him anyway. I'm going to go Marcin Tybura. I think this is a great matchup for him against Dinez. Dinez is a great striker. He could definitely knock out Marcin Tybura, but I'm going to go Tybura. Jim Miller versus David Jackson. This is the tough fight. Oh, wow. People are really going for Jim Miller. I was thinking about going with Jim Miller, but like, damn, people are really going with him. But I understand it, to be honest with you guys. I think this is a good matchup for Jim Miller. Both of these guys are older guys. 36, 41, but Jim Miller's been looking really good. I don't think Damon Jackson is a Bobby Green where he can just go in there and piece him up. The weight cuts out of his way, but he took so much damage his last fight. So did Jim Miller, but like, Damon Jackson just got battered. He got battered a little bit by Hernandez. Got battered by Corantillo. He got battered by Dan Ige. You know what, I'm going to go Jim Miller. I think Jim Miller can... Oh my god, I reckon Jim Miller can take his lights out. I know it's risky, but like, Jim Miller was on a good run. Against other veterans though, to be fair. Benitez, Jesse Butler's not a veteran, he's just bad. Risky, but I'm going Jim Miller. Why not? Let's go Jim Miller. And I think he's going to put Damon Jackson out. Then moving on up, we have Chris Weidman versus Eric Anders. I'm going to go Chris Weidman. Part of me thinks Eric Anders... I'm pretty sure Eric Anders has shown good takedown defense before. But like, he looked awful against Jamie Pickett. He got dropped. Lost the Iron Turtle. Got armbarred immediately by Andre Muniz. Lost to Jotko. Lost to Firadu. Like, he's been in the UFC for a real long time though. Goddamn. Most of his career's been in the UFC, but I'm going to go Chris Weidman. He looked very good against Bruno Silva. Now, Bruno Silva is awful against grapplers. That is worth mentioning, but I think... Let's just make a quick check here. Oh, this makes my hair look really rough. I think Chris Weidman's going to get this one done. I think he's a better striker than Eric Anders. I think he can get Eric Anders down. And Eric Anders is, like, probably going to retire very soon, so... I think he said he's got like 2 fights left. He's not going to have the dog. Wow, slight favourite. Oh, you got Chris Weidman as an underdog here? I'm going Chris Weidman. I mean, I was going with him anyway, but like, he's an underdog here. I don't understand that. Eric Anders. What's the age difference though? Only 3 years. Like, Chris Weidman might be washed, but I think he is better than Eric Anders, especially an Eric Anders who got dropped by Jamie Pickett. I think Chris Weidman can drop him if Jamie Pickett can. Plus, Chris Weidman trains with Jamie Pickett, so he's probably been keeping up with Eric Anders' game. Then we have Jonathan Martinez versus Marcus McGee. I love Marcus McGee. He's very powerful. Martinez is susceptible to getting chinned, but I'm going to go Jonathan Martinez. I think he's a better fighter. He's younger, I believe. 4 years younger. Very skilled. Beats Sedna Magomedov. Lost to Jose Aldo, but it's Jose Aldo. He defines time and space. I'm going to go Martinez. I think he can land those leg kicks. McGee, very powerful. He could definitely clip him like Davey Grant got Martinez, but I'm going to go Martinez. I think he will be able to get this one done over Marcus McGee. Then we have Mauricio, goddamn, sorry about that. Mauricio Ruffy versus James Lontop. This is a pretty easy pick. I think Ruffy's got this one in the bag. Lontop hasn't impressed me. He's got beaten up badly in a lot of his fights. It's probably going to be the chopping block. He's probably off to the chopping block for the Peruvian here. I think Ruffy's going to get him out of there. He's very slick. Conor McGregor-esque is a Brazilian. Trains at the Fighting Nerds. Good team. Lontop, I don't even know what gym he trains out of. Doesn't even come up. Must be a Peruvian gym. Peruvian MMA hasn't been looking too hot this year. Lontop being a part of that, I think he went 0-2 this year. But regardless, I think he's about to go 0-3. I'm going to go with Mauricio Ruffy to get this one done by KO/TKO over Lontop. Then we have Korean Silva versus Viana Arajulo. I'm going to go Korean Silva. She's impressed me. She looked very good. Very good submission game. I think she's undefeated in UFC as well. She is. Very good. She's a very good fighter. Yeah, I'm gonna go her by submission. Then we have Bo Nickel versus Paul Craig. I'm going Bo Nickel by knockout. First round KO. He's got good hands. He's got the power advantage. Now, if he fights stupid, he could get subbed here. But if you're Bo Nickel, if you're American Top Team, you're just straight saying to Bo Nickel, don't go to the ground with him. You have the striking advantage. Paul Craig's never been a threat on the feet in his life at all. Maybe like, I don't know, even sparring like newbies, he probably gets tagged up a little bit. He's got very bad striking defense. His head's always up in the... He's got no defense at all. If Bo Nickel's going to be anything, he needs to go out there and starch Paul Craig like immediately into this fight. Paul Craig's been chinned so many times as well, worth mentioning. I think he's got like 7 knockout losses. Let's just double check this. 1, 2, no, there's another one in there. Oh no, there, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's 5 on there. That's pretty bad. Like, that's a lot of damage from Paul Craig. 5 knockouts, and these are like not just TKOs. These are like out cold knockouts. He doesn't have a great chin. Got knocked out his last fight. Like Bo Nickel, you need to put him out. If you're gonna be anything, you need to put him out. Now, if he does go out there and wrestle him and sub him immediately, that would also be very impressive. But if he's getting like tagged up on the feet, then it's pretty worrying for Bo Nickel, which I don't think is going to happen. I think Bo Nickel's going to be able to catch him. He has shown some good hands. He knocked out Val Woodburn. I know Val Woodburn's not the greatest guy, but Val Woodburn's a better striker than Paul Craig. But again, that's not saying much. Paul Craig is just not a very good striker. Like, let's not sugarcoat this. He's a great jiu-jitsu artist, but yeah, Bo Nickel, first round KO. Charles Oliveira versus Michael Chandler. Charles Oliveira, first round KO. Nah. I'm going to go Charles Oliveira, second round KO. Again, I know it's not like the craziest pick, but I just think Michael Chandler is probably going to have a lot of success early, as he always does. But I think that his luck is going to run out. I think he's going to gas out. I think he's going to get clipped again. He's been out for like 2 years. He's probably going to come back very washed. But that, takes time to see if that will be the case. He's been training for Conor McGregor, who's got good, got a left hook, got good left-handed shots, good southpaw. Oliveira is very good in the southpaw, left hook, got a good left hook. He's also good orthodox. He's just good everywhere, to be fair. Charles Oliveira, very good striker all round. But yeah, what actually is Charles Oliveira? Is he an orthodox is he southpaw orthodox, or is he like, what's that? I can't remember what it's called when you can do both. I know JDM's got, he's that, where he can fight out of both stances. Something stance, oh my god, I can't remember what it's called. Switch stance, sorry, yeah. I don't know if Oliveira's switch stance or not, but he can do damage from both sides. But I think he's going to get Michael Chandler out of there. You know, Chandler hasn't fought for so long, and it was that war against Dustin Poirier where he took a lot of damage. But I guess maybe he's going to be rejuvenated. It's been a long time, but I think Charles Oliveira is going to put him out. Then we have John Jones versus Stipe Miocic. I mean, I would love Stipe to win this fight. I would pray for this to happen. But he's 42 years old. Last time they were going to fight, he was 41. It's been a whole year. They've set this fight back a whole year. I don't know who that benefits, if I'm being honest with you guys, because yeah, it's probably good for John Jones. Oh yeah, you get to wait. And Stipe's going to be a year older, but also at the same time, he got badly injured. Who knows if he's the same fighter now? That is a possibility. Maybe he's not the same guy anymore. Maybe he just gets badly beaten up. But I think John Jones is going to win this. Now, if this was in their primes, I really would pick Stipe. I think Stipe's a tough matchup for him. But Stipe's takedown defense isn't the greatest. Now, DC is a better explosive wrestler than John Jones, where he can just pick people up and slam them. John Jones is a great wrestler, but DC's just very explosive with his takedowns. He'll pick people up, he'll slam them. He's short as well, so it's easier for him to get a hold of people's legs, being a shorter guy. But I think Stipe is going to get taken down and probably subbed pretty early here, unfortunately. Now, I think he's going to be bigger this time around. I think he's going to be like 265. I've heard that he wanted to bulk up after the Ngannou fight. That fight was 4 years ago. 4 or 3 years ago, actually. I believe it must have been 2021, right? It's been March 2021 since he last fought. That is crazy. Also had a grappling match against Aaron Howard. Don't know who this guy is, but he beat Stipe, so good on him. But yeah, I really do just like John Jones in this fight. I think Stipe's boxing would give him a lot of problems because, you know, he could replicate the Dominic Reyes game plan here, but I don't think his takedown defense is that good now. He's older. He's going to be much slower. John Jones isn't looking fat anymore either. You know, USADA's gone. Looks like John Jones is bulked up a little bit. You know, he's bulked up a little bit. But I think Stipe is going to get taken down and subbed, unfortunately. But if Stipe can stuff the takedowns and go to the body of John Jones, if he was fatter, I'd be more confident in this. He could maybe break him like he did DC. I think body shots will be a big thing for Stipe, leg kicks, but you know, we don't really see him for many leg kicks. John Jones has toothpick legs, but if I'm Stipe, I'm trying to replicate that Dominic Reyes performance. It's going to be hard, obviously. He's not as quick. He's older, but if he could replicate that, he could maybe beat John Jones. But unfortunately, I think John Jones is going to win. The bad guy, which is John Jones, always seems to win. He's probably going to win this and duck Tom Aspinall. He keeps saying Tom Aspinall hasn't proved anything. Tom Aspinall's not good enough. He's like Johnny Walker, all this stuff. So he's not going to fight Tom Aspinall. He's probably going to ride into the sunset. And people are going to say, oh, he's the GOAT. He deserves this. He deserves that. He's a horrible human being. You know, he's a bad guy. He doesn't deserve anything good. You know, unfortunately, it's just going to happen. It's going to go his way. He's going to win. He's going to retire. He's going to go technically undefeated, even though he should have lost to Dominic Reyes. But, yeah, he's going to win this fight. I hope I've jinxed it. I hope Stipe can prove me wrong, but he's just a year older. He's much older. He hasn't fought for 3 years. But who knows? Maybe that year off. Maybe that extra year has helped him. John Jones is now injured. Maybe he's going to be slower. Maybe he's going to be weaker. Maybe Stipe just beats him up badly. Who knows? But I think John Jones is going to get this one done. So thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know who you guys are going for. And I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Wow, 19 minutes. I actually got a pretty long video out of this. I didn't expect that. I thought I was going to do like a short... I was sort of rushing through the early bit of this video. So I was like, damn, this video is probably going to be pretty short. But I guess not. So thank you guys so much for watching. I'll make some more content this week. I didn't do much content last week. You know, it was a dead week. to be fair. Last week's card. I literally have never been less motivated to watch a UFC card than UFC Fight Night Prates versus Magny. But great performance by Carlos Prates. Just going to add that Carlos Prates. He could have JDM, you're not getting JDM, but Jeff Neal, I like that fight. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out. Cheers.